Welcome back to the channel, guys. I hope this new upgraded camera, definitely make my videos a little bit better quality. I picked up the Canon G7X. G7X, yeah. Well, thank you again for coming on the channel here. My channel is Love, Live, and Learn. And I also do some gaming and stuff like that, but I also like to sprinkle in a little bit of the things that I love to do, which is basically auto mechanics and things like that. And today I have something that I've looked on YouTube, and sometimes the videos are a little confusing and then sometimes they skip a couple of steps. So I have behind here, I have my wife's 2016 CRV. And we have a trailer, and we've been doing a lot of projects around the house ever since, this pandemic stuff, this lockdown happened. And we've been utilizing the trailer a lot. And I decided to actually buy a T connector for the trailer hitch. That way I can control the lights in the back of the trailer. I was riding it without that. That's kind of dangerous, especially at night, if the lights only on the... Luckily the lights on the CRV, if you could see here, the lights on the CRV are up high. So people can see over it. But if you have like stuff that reaches a lot higher or kind of goes over the CRV a little bit, the visibility might not be so good. So anyhow, I'm rambling. We're going to do an installation today. We're going to install that. I'm going to show you guys how to do it easy, and I'm going to show you what tools you need, and I'll add the part that I'm using. I'm using an Amazon part. I've used that basically Amazon products before, but this is by a company through Amazon. So I'll give you guys that information at the end, so stay tuned for that. Wait to the end and I'll give you all that information. But let's get to it. Let's get to this install. All right, so the first things first that we have to do here is basically we're gonna have to remove this mat right here. Okay, so if your CRV doesn't have this mat, you're gonna have to remove this mat. Now this installation is gonna work for a 2012 to 2016 Honda CRV. It doesn't matter if it's SE model, the model doesn't matter as long as the gear. You get the gear correct, you're in the money. All right, so we're gonna work basically in this area right here. We're gonna go ahead and remove this panel just slightly. We're gonna remove it from here. We're gonna disconnect this right here, upper panel, and this lower panel right here. So the first things first is obviously to remove this thing right here. So let's do that. So let's go ahead and remove this real quick, get this out of the way. My wife actually, we had the car detailed professionally. Because as you guys can see, it's extremely clean, but normally it's really not that clean. We're just going to put it over there. I don't really want to put it on the floor. And then the next thing we're going to do is we're going to remove the below panel, which is this right here. This is below it, you're going to see basically your spare tire underneath. So all you have to do is take this little latch right here. It's right under here. Look right there. Easy peasy. Bring it all the way up. Boom. And then all you have to do, you see in the back, bring it up to the top, and it unhooks from the bottom, and you just lift up. So let's go ahead and move that out of the way. Let me put the camera back down here. So let's move this out of the way as well. So I'm just gonna put this up here somehow. There we go. Perfect. All right. We have some spider webs down here, but that's okay. I haven't used this spare tire in a long time. All right, so first thing we got to do here is we're gonna remove this right here. Don't know what this is called, I don't remember, but we're gonna remove this right here. Okay, we're gonna remove that. And the first things first that we have to do, I don't know if you guys can see very well there. Let me make sure I zoom in. That. So you see that there? It has a tiny little pinch hole. All you have to do is kind of probably use a Phillips screwdriver, and you press in right there. You press in and it pops up. And we have another one right on the right hand side over here. Where is it? There it is. There it is. It's the same thing. You're gonna push in, and don't mind the spider webs. Yeah, that's what I said. There's a spider in here. It moved in. I don't know what. We haven't been moving the car too much. And then after we do that, we're gonna remove this clip right here. So there you go. Can you see that? Oh. This one. Okay, then after that, we're gonna angle this camera, and we're gonna remove this one right here. And for the most part, they all work the same way. You basically kind of like press in and it pops right out. So it has a little mechanism. This is the cargo holder thing. You just kind of, you see there's a button in the middle. A lot of them have just buttons in the middle and they just release it, okay? So for us to not lose these pieces and these parts, I'm just gonna put them all in one area right here. And the next thing we gotta do, after we remove that, which I'll show you in a little bit, is we're gonna remove this little door here. If you could see there, hold on, there it is. There's a door right behind this little hook here, okay? We're gonna put a little small flat screw here, pop this out, and we need, basically we have a Phillips head that we have to remove out of here, okay? There's a little small Phillips, I'll show you guys in a minute. All right, so let's go ahead and do that, and then I'll be right back. All right, so these are the tools real quick that you guys are gonna need. I know I kind of started a little crazy, but you're gonna need, you know, to do this, you're gonna need some type of pry bar or some type of, you know, whatever you call this, pry tool. Sorry guys, my mind goes blank sometimes. I have this too. I know this is not what it's used for, but you know, you gotta work with what you have, right? At this point, you know, not rich, so whatever works. I'm gonna try to use these two things. You might want to have also maybe, you know, some type of voltage tester, you know, that way you know that it has power. You know, so instead of hooking it all up and putting it back together and finding out that something's wrong or you install something wrong and having to take it all out again, I'm all about efficiency here, guys. Then we're gonna need a little 10mm socket with a, maybe, you know, a ratchet, or you can use the ones that are like without the ratchet, you know, it's up to you, but you need a 10mm socket, okay, 10mm. And you're gonna need a Phillips screwdriver. I have two of them here, just in case. You know, I have one that is magnetized, one that is not. I prefer the magnetized ones because it holds the little bolts in place and then they won't fall through the crevices. So I have two of those. So those are the tools you're gonna need for now. Let's get to it. All right, just like I said, you know, before, all you have to do is press that in right there, you know, press it in, it pops right in, and then the clip comes right out. Okay guys, there it is. There's the beautiful clip, little clippy clip. All right, get the clippy clip. Did the same thing on this side. Remember I told you guys do the same thing on this side, so I already pushed that in. So let's remove that clip, and we remove this one. I already showed you earlier. Remember, you push it in, it comes right out. Now we're gonna go ahead and remove this bolt right here. It's a 10mm. That's why you need the 10mm. You need to remove this because then we'll be able to pry this up. Okay, we'll be able to remove this right up. So let's get to that. Put you guys over here. Always you guys see what. Just go ahead and leave it all together. You can see here, leave it all together, guys, okay? Just leave it all together, put it aside. Now remember, there was another clip right here, which I showed you guys earlier. That clip, you gotta remove that clip, okay? And it's right here. I'll grab the camera and show you guys. I wanna make sure this video is as clear as possible. There it is, you remove it from there, okay? So, see? You have the 10mm bolt right here that we removed, right there, all right? And then you have this one, awesome. All right, so let's continue. All right, another thing, guys, we don't want to break anything, right? We never want to break anything. So very easy, all you have to do is grab this from here, pry it up very gently, come over here, pry that up very gently, okay? And then it starts snapping out of place and it comes right out. You can see that, guys. One hand, man. You don't need muscles for this. All right, you don't need to be Arnold Schwarzenegger or, you know, whoever your favorite muscle guy is or a wrestler. We're gonna put that aside. And now this is what this looks like now. Okay, we have this. So look, there's the spider web. What's going on? Look at the strap. Don't know why I have the strap on, but it's all good. So this is what it looks like. Beautiful. All right, cool. Okay, we have a lot of spider webs in here. All right, Don't mind me. All right, so you don't have to remove this net. Right now, what we're gonna do is now I'm gonna put the little pry tool and start from the bottom right here. We're gonna pry this all the way up, and then go like this, and then we're gonna expose the panel. But before we do that, remember we gotta release this one right here. So remember that, okay? Oops. Remember that. We gotta release that one. And let me see if I can do it with one hand. See if I can do it with one hand. Hold on. See if we can get this done. There you go. Very easy. Sorry, you kind of missed that. But I kind of just pried it open like this and it dropped right out. Okay, see? There it is. Put that aside. And now we're gonna have to get to that little Phillips, those Phillips screwdrivers, right? Those little Phillips screws right there that you see. That's what saw that. All right, awesome. Let's continue. Grab the camera. Hold on. All right, let me zoom in a little bit. Zoom in. Okay. All right, guys. So once you have that pried up, you don't need to completely release the whole thing. Okay, guys? Look, once that's open enough that you can put your hands in there, you see that blue notch right there? Right there, yes. You see that? We're gonna connect our connector to that. All right, so that's right here. You can see that, hopefully you can see that. So we're gonna connect our connector to this, and then this connector we're gonna connect to the other connector. Okay, so it's the blue one. And you can't get confused because it's there's a white one right next to it. If you could see that, there's a white one right next to it, and it's just the blue one. Okay, awesome sauce. All right, okay, so let's get that in. All right, so let's go ahead here. We're gonna grab our tool that we have here. As you can see, here it is. Here's the beautiful connection. This one's gonna go for the outside. This is the one I purchased on Amazon. So hold on, let me bring this back a little bit. That way you guys can see what I'm talking about. All right, so you see these are your connectors. This is plug and play, guys, plug and play. So one goes in here, the blue one goes in there, the white one goes into the blue. All right, so hold on, let me do this. Let me put you guys here. All right. Okay. So now we're talking. So now you see here. So this one is going to go into the blue one, which is the one that that is the male. It's going into the female. All right. This is the female, and then that blue one, the male blue one, is going to go into this white female. We already know this, right? The female. Oh yeah. Okay. Enough of that. Sorry. Then you have your fuse, which we're going to put a 10 amp fuse in here. Okay, we're going to do that in a little bit. You might want to install that before you plug this in, so we'll do that now actually. So let's look that up. Here's your, and it comes with the kit. So here's your 10 little amp. So we just kind of just go ahead and put it in here, right? Like this. It snaps right in. You guys heard that? Snap that right in. Put that in here. Done, and that's done. And this we're gonna find us a spot on the body to put this on the body. This is the ground wire. We're gonna ground that. Okay. So then that's it. I'm telling you guys, any one of you guys can do this. Okay. Just plug and play, baby. Plug and play. So let's get this done. Alright, we'll be right back. Alright guys, so I ran into a little issue with this kit. So this kit might not be the best kit that you can find. There's some modifications you have to do, but the ground wire, as you can see here, I installed it. I had one of these 10mm nuts. I always have bolts. I always have bolts like this lying around, and I basically attached it to the body. You might want to take like a light sandpaper, maybe sand down a little bit of the paint off the body. That way it does it, you know, gives it a good ground. I know a lot of people in the comments are probably going to say that, but you know, don't be afraid to. I mean, if this gets scratched up a little bit, I mean, it doesn't matter. It's behind all this stuff. I mean, no one's going to see it, right? It's better that it's installed properly. So far, this is what it's looking like. If you see here, everything's plugged in. Now, I ran into another issue, like for whatever reason. I forgot to tell you guys about this. So here you have like adhesive tape. You stick it here. You can stick it anywhere. I mean, I'm gonna stick it right here because it's not gonna affect anything. You don't want to leave it hanging like this. You don't want to leave it hanging. So, but anyway, so this is the wire. The grommet that I was talking about. Some of your 2012 CRVs may have a bigger grommet than mine. Look at mine, is super tiny. So normally that's where you install it through. Normally, I installed this before in the 2012, and normally 2012, 2016 models are all almost the same. So I want to let you know that here, just be careful because this is too small for this. This is way too small. That hole is way too small for this. So you're probably gonna have to cut this, splice it, throw it down that hole, let it catch to the bottom of the vehicle, and then slide it over. I have things to do today, so I'm not going to do that. I'm basically going to just probably, sorry my phone, I am probably just going to run it over here, run it through here, let it come out through here, and you know, and just, I know probably like, I mean, I don't use the trailer too much, but I'm probably going to let it come out here and go to my trailer. I'm not gonna install it from the bottom right now. I don't have time. I have to revisit this, but for now, that's it. You know, that's basically it. You're done. You know, now you can go ahead and test your car. So what you could do is you can go and turn on the lights to see if it has power. And yeah, so that's it, guys. You know, that basically, and everything else you plug it into in reverse, which I'll show you that. And I'll show you the final product. And what I'm gonna probably do is just kind of like, I know that it may pinch the wire if I come this way, just, you know, I don't need that much, but I don't need that much. When I close this, you know, when I close the trunk, it's really not gonna, I don't think it's gonna do anything. I mean, let's try that theory out here before I do that. If not, then I might have to go the extra mile and do the rest. So let's see what that looks like. Let's see. Yeah, so as you can see, it does close. And that's probably how I'm gonna have to run it for now, because I don't have time. And as you can see, it doesn't really pinch it much. I mean, in the you know, it may, I mean, with this rubber it won't break it, but I don't know, I may even run it underneath the rubber, you know, but I don't want to do that. I don't want to mess with the, you know, the weather insulation, you know, watertight areas of the vehicle. Especially water comes down all the way through here, all the way down, and you don't want water getting inside your vehicle. Anyhow, let's go ahead and put her back together and see if they work, and let's get this done. All right. Back to normal, guys, and mission accomplished. Everything installed back to normal, back to its factory thing. Now there's some dirt that I'm gonna have to clean up, and my wife is gonna kill me because we had this car detailed, and now I have my dirty hands. So I'm gonna clean that up before she comes out here, and we're good. So basically, I'm gonna have mine running through here. Hopefully, this video helped. Hopefully, it was helpful. And keep living and learning, and I'll catch you guys in the next one. Peace.